Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. TGIF. The worst intro by far. Hey, what's up? We made it till Friday. So much lavender this week. TGIF. Are you feeling the serenity? Are you feeling the trust? Let me gather the lavender cards here, you guys. I think I put the lavender butterfly dragon away, but we had a lot of amazing forces with us this week. And I use that word forces because I just opened up my phone to see if Dan Scran was ready for me to do his recording. I wait till he puts it on his blog and then I go ahead and read it. And I have not read it yet, and I have not read through it yet, and it's called Secret Forces That Want Humanity Divided. So it should be a juicy one. It's hard for me to scroll down and read, but I'm pretty sure they're going to tell us to come together in unity. Just betting you $5, that's what it's about. Of course, people want us. Of course, it's not even a secret force anymore. Don't you see how they want us divided all the time? All the time. Like, even within herbalism, right? Like, oh, you're more herb nerd science. You're more woo-woo magic witchy, right? They want like a line. Anytime there can be a line drawn between people, yeah, it would be duality and the secret forces that want humanity divided, that are up to that nonsense. But anyways, that's why I'm glad that we can come together here. Everybody's invited. Please invite a friend. I appreciate those who have. Thanks for my new patron this week and 30 on Venmo. That was awesome. Like, there was just some nice little sweet surprises this week that just sort of the universe was stepping up and being like, yeah, people are into it. The numbers are growing. And you know what? I still had to just have a moment with myself. I love that people are benefiting from the work that I do. But ultimately, it's always gonna be me that benefits the most. You know, and I'm laughing about that because I have really used my platforms to do so much of my healing. And last night, if I wouldn't have been so tired, I would have blogged this, and I still could blog it at herboracle.blogspot.com. But, I was thinking about how I hung out with my old lover from, a week or whatever ago, and it really showed me that, I'm over that, and I'm done with that, and there's nothing there. And I sort of had this thought come in, and I wrote it down, and I thought to myself, I thought it, and then later, a couple days later, I wrote it down last night. But I've been thinking, do not blame your rebound lover for breaking your heart. It was already broken. The only thing he failed to do was fix it. For he could not, as that is your job. And I was like, damn, way to give it to me straight, higher self. And it's true. For a while I was like, oh my gosh, like my heart's broken from this not working out. Yeah, but it wasn't him. He didn't break your heart. That disappointment didn't break your heart. It was already broken. It had already broken 1 billion times over the last 13 years. Yeah, he may have failed to fix it, but guess what? That is not his job. That is your job. And guess what, y'all? I really feel, mark this day down, whatever the fuck the date is, October 23rd, Friday, TGIF, yeah. I really feel like I have healed my heart. Truly. I feel healed now. There's no, random sobbing episodes anymore. Like last night I had tears in my eyes, but it was because I was reading Crystal Woman by Lynn V. Andrews, and I was just crying because of the native energy and the native magic. And I'm telling you what, you guys, there is so much, I told you already, synchronicities in those medicine woman books. But they really do understand reality, the Native Americans, and they understand that this is a dream. We are dreaming right now. We are dreaming our individual dreams, and they're all different, but yet, sometimes we come together and we have twin dreams or whatever, and we share our dreams, but we each have our own dream, and we each can dream it the way we want. So I hope that this week, like, if one thing we end on, the fact that, like, we really do want to dream our own dream, okay? We want to tell the stories that we want to tell. We want to speak the words that we want to manifest. So we had so many fantastic messages this week. Like every week, I mean, I don't mean to sound arrogant and toot my own horn, but the messages coming in through Herb Oracle are fucking fantastic. I mean, we just pound them out, don't we? Like literally, it's me on the heavy bag in my garage just pounding away. That's like spirit in this podcast. Like bam, bam, bam. Like we just pump them through. And so, yeah, when we worked with Lavender this week, the Four of Air, the little fairy that had a message of distrust, that was interesting, but we learned a lot. Archangel Raphael, tough love, heal through bliss, or heal through joy. We had lots of expression, release, of course, sleep, serenity, calm, but definitely femininity and peace and restoration and serenity. Yeah, we can say that twice, not a problem, Sade. But we had a lot of awesome messages through Lavender, and really just good reminders to be at peace with ourselves and our world, right? I am at peace with my world. I'm not being stingy, but I'm just saying the one that I dream, the one that I manifest might be different than the one that you are perceiving right now. And so your perception is everything. Your words, your dreams, your thoughts, your energy sculpts the landscape that you want to see. And that's your outer landscape, and that's your inner landscape. All that in a bag of organic chips. So anyways, be at peace. Give joy a place to live inside of you. Express your happiness. Follow your passion. And yeah, this weekend definitely rest, rejuvenate, and reside in serenity. So we're going to do our affirmations here, but let's first, while I have these numbers in front of me, we're going to do a pick-a-pile today, of course. What else did we do on Friday? Why did I laugh like that? Okay, number 44 is the first pile. I'm making lots of weird noises today. I was thinking, what else do we do? And I was thinking back to when I have done in the past a couple live streams, and I've recorded those while, like, I recorded myself while also at the same time, like live on Instagram. But for that to happen, Instagram would have to get more people's. Ooh, no shit. We've got 44 for our first pile, and we've got 22 for our middle pile. Very interesting. Boy, that 22 is banged up. That is a banged up looking card. 20-poo. All right. Do we want another double digit for our last card? Should we try? All right, let's see. Let's get another card here. For the last one, third pile. Oh, two of them came out. Uh-oh. I have to try again. I just want an 11 or a 33 or 66 or 77 or an 88 or 99. That's all I'm asking. I don't think we're going to get it. All right, last number. Quit dicking around. It's 48. All right, so do you want the number 44, 22, or 48? You have time to think about it because we're going to do our affirmations. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our Herb of the Week. You were awesome. We really appreciated you. Boom, bada boom. Lavender. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our calming herb of the week, lavender. And I dedicate them all to you, my lovelies. I am peace. I give joy a place to live inside of me. I let go of my illusions. I am at peace with my world and myself. I express my happiness. I rest, rejuvenate, and reside in serenity. I am peace. I give joy a place to live inside of me. I let go of my illusions. I am at peace with my world and myself. I express my happiness. I rest, rejuvenate, and reside in serenity. And so it is. All right, I think I'm getting caught up with myself here. That Daniel Scranton one was a doozy. Oh, it was a doozy, all right. So be sure to connect with Daniel Scranton directly through his website, danielscranton.com, or on my YouTube. Yeah, secret forces that want humanity to be divided. It literally said we're calling them beings because not all of them are human. So that made me happy because, yeah, I'm definitely on team extraterrestrial. All right, so there's a lot of cards here. If you've picked, here's your numbers. If you missed it, if you're like me or forgot, the first pile is 44, then 22, and then even though I thought it would have been so awesome for us to get another double-digit master number, the cards were like, we're not playing your stupid game, Sadie. And they did not give it to us. So the last one is 48. Now, I went overboard and got us a lot of cards like I normally do. But listen, you deserve it because you hung out with Lavender. You made an honest attempt. Wait a second. It just occurred to me. I was like, did I ever print out my Lavender affirmations? See, the weeks are mushing together crazy for me. Yeah, I see affirmations on the fridge from here. I'm pretty sure those are Lavender. All right, yeah, and then that means that you can find them on the Patreon page. And you can go back to any herb of the week and find the affirmations. And I have a pretty updated list on my blog, herboracle.blogspot.com. So here's what we do. Here's what we're doing for you. You're going to get a hypnotic language, which we only have about another month of those. And then I don't know if we'll keep using them, but that means we've gone through the whole deck. Because I was like, we're going to go through every single one of these cards. So like I have two separate piles, the ones we've done and the ones we still need to do. And I counted them today. I think we have like 4 weeks left. So, but I like these hypnotic language cards from Mike Mandel because they give us some new tools to use in our talk. Whether we're trying to persuade someone to do something or help ourselves get into our mind, our subconscious mind a little bit, or if we do come together when we're a bunch of old hags and we decide to open up a hypnosis center, we're going to be like, yeah, we've been practicing these hypnotic language words for evs, and we're going to really help people. We're going to really help people regardless, even if we don't be hypnotists. But I do shout out to the hypnotist. I think what you're doing is awesome. And if suddenly I found myself an extra $5,000, I would totally get trained through Marissa Peer. I think what she's doing is pretty cool. All right. Then you got A Flower Whisper by Tina T. Ames. Then I thought it would be cool to give you a priestess. from Priestess Moon and her deck Enchanted Spell Oracle. So I want to get you a Magical Hedge Witch. And then below that is a Witch's Kitchen card. So Witch's Kitchen. Then something new that I don't normally do by Cheryl Richardson. I saw her deck that I got from Spiritual Chick Mel. I ordered it like a used deck. Sometimes you find people selling their old decks. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with a deck that was previously owned, especially from Spiritual Chick Mel. So I got a grace card for you, and I'm reading the back now, but I'm trying not to read the back. And then you have a flower, Soul Flower from Lisa Estabrook. Then, remember the Merle Long cards we used last week? The Healing Energy Oracle by Mario, whatever. And he was here, I think, Wednesday. Was he here for Serenity? I think so. And then end with an Andarian Crystal. I know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8. Man, I'm not even going to apologize for this because there's been a couple weeks where I've pulled 11 cards plus the number card. I could have kept going today. I could have been like, all right, I'm getting you 50 cards today because I like you. Yeah, I do. I like you today. Which is great. One, because we should like everybody. That's what the Arcturians are talking about today. We should love everyone unconditionally, regardless if they disagree with us, even if they're a Democrat, even if they're a Republican. We should still love them unconditionally, even if they worship Source differently than we do. It's still all the same source, you guys. There's only one source. So quit condemning people, quit judging people, quit dividing, start loving, regardless. Okay. Let us see what your hypnotic word is. First pile, if you pick number 44. Now, before I go on, 44, it's got an orange border. 44 reminds me of angels, just straight up angelic number 44. Wouldn't you say? I mean, I don't have any reason to come off as a numerologist other than the fact that, like, I love numbers. Numbers talk to me in my own personal way. I don't even own a book about numerology. Maybe I should get one instead of just making stuff up. All right, you get the 8 of spades. Really? ... That's your word. Really? ... All right, let me get out my little paperwork that tells me what the 8 of spades is. So we're also learning about cartomancy meanings. The spades indicate roadblocks to your path or difficulties that could be a problem. And the 8 of spades is troubles and disappointments, plans that don't work out, cancellation. So if you pick the first pile, you might be experiencing some troubles and disappointments, maybe plans that don't work out or some cancellation, maybe weekend plans are getting dumped for whatever reason. But hey, you always have to know that it's like, yeah, like there is always a reason if something doesn't work out. It wasn't in alignment with what you needed to do or what you needed to learn, or, it's like, just kind of try to go with the flow. Number 44, feel like your angels are guiding you, even if you don't quite understand it, really, ... There's not a question mark after really. It's really ... That's your word. This is a great hypnotic word. It causes the subject to reconsider what you've just said and revisit it in greater detail. This can amplify your success. So when we use the word really, it can amplify our success as we get someone to reconsider and revisit what we've just said. Okay, here's the example. So think of ways you'll use this pattern. I mean, really use it for maximum advantage and hypnotic power. So I want you to go with the flow, like really go with the flow. All right, so see how that can be used, like really used, to kind of take a step back and reconsider what we just said. Like, I want you to think about this. Now, really think about this. It is. That's a good amplifier. It's a great hypnotic word. All right, really, that's your word. Now, shit, this is your message. All right, so your Flower Whisper by Tina T. Ames says, pain is never without gifts. And what's interesting is there's lots of different colors on this card. It's like a patchwork thing going on. But pain is never without gifts is on orange. So orange is coming through again. Color is not always significant with our numbers, but sometimes it is if I notice it. Every time I think I just make up stuff, I'm going to laugh at myself today. All right, so pain is never without gifts. So some of these hardships, these challenges, these blockages, yeah, that's your lesson, man. And I'll just tell you now, I can see the word lesson on the grace card. So like it's jumping out at me. It's like blinking. It is blinking. Some of these things that it's like, oh, this sucks. Well, all right, it does. It's painful. It's a pain in the ass, maybe. It's just an inconvenience, right? You're a pain in the ass, right? You're an inconvenience to me. That's probably what that means. Yes, but is there a gift? So something maybe doesn't work out, but can you find the gift in it? So yeah, maybe you had plans, they get canceled, but then you get to stay home and rest and rejuvenate and spray lavender all over your house and chill out and reset your body. Maybe like you didn't get to go somewhere, but like you didn't know it, but like you just avoided yourself like something super negative, like really negative from happening. You could possibly be avoiding an accident or a situation, or you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's like you just have to be like, listen, I don't know why that didn't work out, but it didn't fucking work out, and I trust that that's the way it was supposed to be. If you have painful circumstances in your life, try to find the lesson. Try to find the gift. Try to find what part of the dream is trying to get your attention. All right, moving on. Your hedge witch is happiness. All right, so, and guess what? It's orange. Like, she's got an orange on her. There's orange blossoms. There's an orange. So much orange at the beginning of your message. So what does that remind you of? What does orange remind you of? Would you say like sacral chakra, right? You know, something in your lower three chakras, your second chakra. What kind of lessons are you learning there? What kind of blockages might be there? What kind of pain might be there? Maybe you're cramping up. I still haven't gotten my period, just in case you're wondering. I thought I was going to get my period Tuesday, and it's Friday, and I still haven't bled. Like, either I lost complete track of my cycle again, or my drama with my sister this week threw me off, which, by the way, I did go to the state police yesterday for advice, and they said, like, really until she actually does something or becomes very specific with her words, like really threatening, there's nothing they can do. So they gave me a bunch of numbers of mental health and CYS and things that would be applicable. But basically what I ended up doing, I prayed about it, and I kind of thought, you know what, this is my dream, and it's not my dream to cause any more trouble for my sister. I'll monitor the situation and see what transpires, if anything. But then I also just told my mom. That's what I did. I'm 42 years old. What I really did was I told mom. I told my mom, who probably told my crazy ass sister that I had gone to the state police for advice, and she'll probably knock it the fuck off now, because she's crazy and you know, out to get me, but she's still smart enough to know probably when to back off. So anyways, that's the wrap up. If you've been hanging out with me all week and was wondering, kind of out of my mind, it's like pushed out of my mind now. I almost kind of forgot to even tell you anything, because sometimes it's like you do have to realize, listen, this is my dream, this is my reality, this is my creation. And it's like, well, does this add to my happiness or not? And it really would not make me happy to get her in trouble. If she's supposed to get in trouble, she'll get herself into trouble, and I don't need to help. As long as she doesn't come into my space again, I'm not probably going to do anything, because I feel like everyone is responsible for their own reality, their own manifestations, their own dream. And she's just not going to be a part of mine anymore. But at the same time, what I am going to do is send her love. And maybe even do that like Hawaiian thing where you say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, or I forgive you. I can't remember what it is. Anyways, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Or I love you, I'm sorry, I forgive you. Or thank you. Maybe thank you is one of them. See what I mean? I just make stuff up. I love you, I'm sorry, thank you. Maybe that's what it is. I love you, I'm sorry, thank you. I'm sorry that I love you, thank you. All right, so the priestess of happiness is here with her orange, and she's got an orange like mini skirt tunic dress with white and navy striped tights. She looks fantastic with her autumn leaf stained glass wings. She's got these wings and this golden lighted crown. I don't know, is that champagne? Let me open up this book for you so I can get you. The priestess of happiness is dancing in a gorgeous orange frock with stripy blue stockings. Her energy is one of whimsy and playfulness. Gold surrounds her, as well as orange blossoms bursting with their delicious citrus perfume. There's the ancient key of Solomon, a magical figure of happiness, a symbol said to bring joy and good cheer. So I'm happy that you got the 8 of spades. That might have said blockages, that might have said disappointments, that might have said canceled plans. You got the pain is never without gifts. But guess what? It's not like you have to suffer any farther. Like the priestess of happiness is here, suggesting that happiness lies in dwelling on the good things in life, not your problems. So it's like, yeah, let's focus on the gift. Stop labeling that as a problem. Stop labeling that as painful. It was, but now you have to be mindful of the story that you tell and the focus that you put forth. What are you putting your attention on? Please focus on the good things in life, not on your problems anymore. Focus on the happiness. The happiness. There is no happiness in my life. That's fine though. I don't even want it. So I love the blue little mushroom. There's this wonderful vibe on this card. She suggests doing an orange and clove happiness spell. And so you get an orange and you get about 15 cloves, the pokey, cloves. And you get about 15 of them. And each clove is going to represent something that makes you happy. And so, yeah, clove and orange oil, yum, yum. Just the smell should bring you more happiness. And then you're going to take each of these cloves and you're going to shove it into the orange. You're going to make a pomander, right? Like we did in Girl Scouts. And every time you put one of these 15 cloves in, you're going to think about what it is about that you put on, the intent that you put on that clove. Like, my children make me happy. And then you're going to put that clove in the orange, right? Think about what makes you happy. Warm tea. Yes, warm tea would get a clove for me. What else makes you happy? the wind, the breeze, the sunshine. You can go nature, you can go specific, you can go general, but you basically are crafting up an orange pomander made with ribbon and cloves and string, and you hang it up, and it'll remind you of all the things that are happiness. So yeah, focus on your happiness. Maybe you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. So make sure that your reaction is deliberately focusing on the good things, on the gifts, on what makes you happy. You can do this, okay? And listen to this. Eating oranges is said to give a rush of vitality to the solar plexus chakra, the golden energy wheel at the center of your body. So that's right above your sacral. So let's fill our bellies, our wombs, our places of power. That's where power lives, in your belly, in there. Fill it with light. Fill your heart full of light. Be optimistic. Be lighter with your reactions, and be more deliberate with your focus. Focus on the happiness. That'll also help you get rid of any unhealthy obsessions. Okay, let's see what's in the witch's kitchen. Basil. Yum. Yum. You got basil. And it is a message of reconciliation. So pain is never without gifts. If you've had roadblocks, if you've had pain in the asses, specific people that have been the source of your pain, let's forgive them. Let's maybe even make up and make nice with them. Let's at least reconcile within ourselves. Okay? You don't have to have these people in your life anymore. However, you'd need to get them out of your body. Like, they might not even be in your life anymore, but they still live inside of you. Let us reconcile whatever it is that we need to get them out and get yourself feeling more happiness. So Basil says, a lonely witch will never do. Call up a friend to share some stew. It's time now for reconciliation. I'll prepare you for the celebration. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there, it is done. So if you've been solitary lately, right, both Basil and the priestess of happiness want you to start having a party. They want you to have a celebration. A little company would lift your spirits right now. So yeah, let's reach out. Let's be around some people, okay? Just even one person. An old friend has been waiting to hear from you, and you too would benefit from another's inspiration and like-mindedness. Don't be surprised if someone from your very distant past turns up, for distant memories of old are relived when this card is presented. So maybe a family reunion, a celebration, a gathering, a period of new understanding and peace. A reconciliation of differences brings an end to hostilities, which will relieve you of your defenses. So yeah, that's what the Arcturians were saying. Enough with the differences. Enough with it. It's just so petty and so egoic. So please, let us all gather in the frequency of happiness. Let Basil calm your nerves and reduce any stress that confrontation brings with. She'll use her powerful medicinal properties. Basil is freaking awesome. Now, I don't know this because I've never tried this, but it just occurred to me. I love making basil lemonade, and I am just wondering if basil and orange juice go good together, like fresh squeezed orange juice and fresh basil. I wonder what that would be like. I love basil and lemon, so I'm just curious now, since they came in together, how that would work. So if you want to do a spell work for peacemaking, use basil. Use basil for the restoration of harmony as you reconcile with the witch within. So, yeah, you've got to make peace. That's what Lavender told us all week. And now basil is telling us that, and orange is telling you that. Orange is saying you cannot focus on your problems anymore. Even your flower whisperer is saying pain is never without gifts. So if you have pain on it, it doesn't matter what kind of pain it is, there's a gift somewhere. Even if it's just someone special in your life that you would give the honorary title of pain in the ass. There's a gift somewhere. So now one more thing about basil. They do have a recipe here for a stomach tonic for digestive problems or stress or detoxing. And you basically just take a half a cup of fresh washed basil leaves, pour maybe a liter of filtered water into a clean jug. You put your fresh basil leaves in there. You can add ginger, lemon, or any fruit or herb of your choice to the tonic. If you want it sweeter, add honey. If you want a sharper taste, add salt. So you basically just make a water infusion, put it in the fridge for 24 hours, and then you can filter it. You could dilute it if it's too strong, but let those magical essences infuse into the water to help you relieve stress, detox your body, and aid in your digestion. And it sounds yummy too. So I'm thinking orange slices and basil and a little clove. Sure, why not? You can try anything. Oh my gosh. All right, so since we're definitely on this accept the lesson card, it's not going to be any surprise, or accept the lesson message, it's not going to be any surprise that this is what's on your next card. You got the grace card of growth. Whoa. And there's like a paper, like, I don't know, is that a contract? I have no idea what I'm looking at here. There's like a teeny tiny little human lady on the ground. She's minuscule compared to these clouds and this writing of paper in the sky. And I cannot read any of the words, but it looks to me like a contract. And the word on this card is growth. And on the back it says, accept the lesson. When things don't go our way, something more important to the growth of our soul is in the works. Holy crap. So yeah, that's what we were saying. When things don't go your way, you have to trust that something more important to the growth of your soul is in the works. Accept the lesson, okay? It wasn't meaningless, like accept the lesson, but it didn't work out because there's something more important to the growth of your soul in the works. And you might not be able to see it yet, but you just kind of have to have a little trust and faith and whatever else you need to get yourself feeling like, okay, I'll go with it because, you know, I don't know everything. All right, your soul flower is hydrangea. And it's a beautiful, it's purpley blue here. And it has a message of transmutation. So this is really quite the beautiful message. We are all affected by our environment. Hydrangea reminds you to reclaim your power through the transmuting of emotions and releasing of victimization. You not only have the ability to overcome perceived obstacles, you can extinguish them by realizing you can move through them. So if you've been focused on your pain, you are stuck in feeling like a victim. You're addicted to feeling bad for yourself. So you have to release that addiction. You have to look and say, well, what do you mean I'm addicted to feeling bad to myself? Yeah, welcome to the fucking pity party. Me too. It's hard to be like, oh my gosh, like I cannot believe that I keep telling this story. Why? Because I'm addicted to feeling like the victim. I'm addicted to feeling like people have done me wrong. I'm addicted to feeling like I got the short end of the deal and it's not my fault. Yeah, maybe it wasn't my fault. Maybe it was. Who knows? But it's like, at this point, if I'm still relishing in this emotion or retelling this story or hanging on to my past pain, it now has the only thing it has to do with now is me and my addiction to feeling the victim. So if that's you, it's time to release that and transmute your emotions by knowing that you can get through this, you can overcome it, you can extinguish it, you can move through your problems, you can move through your pain and the asses and reclaim your power. Reclaim your power through the reconciliation of the witch within. So whatever it is inside of you that's still focused on problems, that's still focused or attached or addicted to pain, you have to reconcile this within you. You have to. Sorry. You don't have a choice. You have to do it. Okay. So now we've seen this card before because the 1 week, I can't believe how many times that I pull this card. And I pulled the cards today from the Healing Energy Oracle with my intuition. I did not shuffle because they're so long and awkward. I just pull them with my intuition. And you got the divine fruit. So maybe I got the divine fruit again too. As I work to improve and free myself, as I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. My intellect is light. My heart is warmth. And my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. And guess what color this is? Orange. All right, so we really do have a message here with number 44 to step into our power, to step into what we are bearing. The fruit that I bear reflects my inner light. How brilliant is your fruit? Is your orange fruit? Is it a dark orange? Is it a light orange? What are you giving out? How much golden light are you shining? Okay, because what you're bearing reflects your inner light. So make sure that you are improving yourself, freeing yourself, strengthening yourself, and understanding that when you purify your mind, your intellect is light. When you do your forgiveness work, your heart is warmth. And it all adds up to your soul strength. It all adds up to a stronger connection with Source. So, the divine fruit. And of course, your Andarian crystal is also orangey. It is the Andarian amber. So much orange vibes. And even the hydrangea, that can change colors. Like it's a bluish purple now, but if you change the soil, you could make it pink. Okay, so accept the lesson, but also know that everything can be changed or transmuted and worked through. Your perception can always be altered. If you're only focused on the negatives, call yourself out on that bullshit right now and say, well, that's been my choice, I guess. And it now can be my choice to focus on the positive. Because everything is my choice. All right, so here's your activation. Your attunement from the Andarian amber. I work with Lord Ganesha, the Hindu deity representing the power of the Supreme Being that removes obstacles and ensures success in human endeavors and aids in the fulfillment of your life mission and purpose. I will assist you in listening to your inner wisdom and heart to reveal the choices that are for your highest and greatest good. If you are ever unclear about what path to choose or what choice to make, sleep with me under your pillow and I will strengthen the connection between your mind, heart, and soul. You will walk your path with certainty, clarity, purpose, and power. I bring you empowerment. I bring you mental and emotional strength to meet life's challenges with an open heart and calm mind. All right, well, I see that segment was 33 minutes long. I'm always happy to get straight to the point. Oh my gosh. Hey, you got to do what makes you happy. And if it makes you happy to talk about cards all day long, that's what you need to do. All right, let's get the second pile out. The second pile is number 22. Although I will tell you, when I personally, my number meaning for 22 is 20 poo. There's usually some bullshit involved with the number 22 for me. Or I could be experiencing something that's like annoying, and sure enough, I'll look over and see the number 22 somewhere. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. And then it's funny because like sometimes like in that moment, you need to know it's just a joke. You need to know, like, ain't nothing too serious going on here. Like, don't make a big deal about it. Like, life is a joke. Ha ha. All right. It's just a game. It's just a game. All right. So you ready to get moving here? Okay. I'm glad I'm in a good mood. I'd rather be like a little oddball and happy than be that bitch that I was last week. So, hey, I'll take it. All right, you got the King of Spades. All right, more spades here. Now remember, spades were like roadblocks and stuff, right? Roadblocks to your path or difficulties that could be the problem. I told ya, 20 poo. You got the King of Spades, which says an ambitious or authoritative man, a very dark-haired man. I'm just saying, that's what you got. So, you can apply this to your life. We'll just hold on to that. Surely there's got to be more meaning for the King of Spades than that, though. Like, is that how simple cardamancy is? Like, these are just some notes I found on the internet. But like, is that it? Is that like all it has? Is it just very basic? I don't know. Still learning about it. I don't know if I'll ever remember these meanings. Like, I did buy a unicorn playing cards in case I wanted to just pull messages somewhere with cards. I was like, well, I could take this deck with me, but I don't think I could do it without my notes. I don't know. Anyways, hocus pocus focus. Cause and effect. This is your message, cause and effect. This cool pattern links things that aren't really linked at all to create the effect you want. The interesting thing is the connection doesn't have to make sense, but it still works. So in hypnotherapy, you could say something like, as you sit there, you can sink deeper into trance. And with each breath you take, you can find even more comfortable levels of trance. So it's just using a cause and effect to get the effect that you want. So it's like, as you sit there, you can find more and more clarity. With each breath you take, you can discover new ways to see things. Like really, like, that's just because that's what I want you to do. Is that what breathing does? I don't know, but because I say it does that in your mind, I tell your mind that's what it does. So every breath that you take, you get more and more clarity because I programmed your brain to think that. So that's why I love hypnosis, you guys. Like, I just feel like it's going to be a great way to help people who are like, have just been like super resistant or just like need a little assistance in getting to where they need to be with some of this mental stuff. I don't know. I got great hopes for hypnosis. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it, but I just have great hope for hypnosis in itself. Okie doke. Flower whisper for you. That thing called your intuition, It's your soul, and you can trust it. Ooh, so as you sit there, you can sink deeper and deeper into your intuition. And with every breath you take, you can find even more guidance from your soul within. So we really do need to start listening to ourselves, listening to our hearts, our higher heart, our soul, our higher self. I mean, there's lots of names that you can give intuition. That's what the trees wanted to talk about yesterday. So if you didn't hang out with the trees yesterday, Mur came in yesterday. He wanted to talk about intuition, the sixth chakra. And yeah, it really was all a pretty streamlined message of listening to your own inner guidance. All right, cool. Moving on. Your priestess is the priestess of magic. So yeah, this thing called your intuition, it's your soul, and you can trust it. And you really do start to live a more magical life when you invite and activate your psychic abilities. So right here, right now, you can give yourself permission to feel more intuitive, to listen to your intuition, to value your imagination. It's through your imagination that you will receive psychic visions and intuitive hits. And how do you think your soul talks to you? Through your imagination, through your intuition, through your hunches, through your magic. So you got the priestess of magic, and because she is so cool with her ash, elder, ivy, oak, and is that olive? Yeah, olive herbal wheel. And she's a fantastic. I also just want to flip over the witch's kitchen too, just to see if we're all related here. Yep, I knew it. My intuition said flip that fucking card over, and it's olive. So you got two olive. She's holding an olive branch up there. Olive is in the wheel, and now you've got olive too. Oh my goodness, maybe you don't. I gotta just let myself know. I literally read olive on that card, but it actually might be willow. I told you, every time I make stuff up, I'm gonna laugh. All right, whatever. I should have just not told you, but now I see maybe it actually says willow, but I was convinced it said olive. All right, well, it's my dream, you guys. I don't know what you're doing here. How did you get in my dream? Who let you in? All right, let me see what magic says. You've walked into a crazy dream, and it's that of Sadie Herbal Marie Cherico. Now, the magic card actually spotlights elderflower. So yeah, there is ash, elder, ivy, oak. What I thought was olive because I read it upside down. I read it because it's not written, like it's at the bottom of the wheel, but it's actually willow. I know, I'm an idiot, but just try to love me anyways. The elderflower was one of the most useful herbal remedies in medieval times. Why? Anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antioxidant. They use the flowers and leaves, I guess. Elderflower wine is well known and delicious. You ferment the flowers with water, lemon juice, and yeast. The magical properties of elderflower include spell work for prosperity, health, and protection. Now, the magic card keywords are powerful, imaginative, and sorcerer. So that thing called your intuition, it's called your soul, and you can trust it as you become the powerful sorcerer or sorceress that you are. So she is performing enchantments beneath an herb wheel, the priestess of magic. She's standing under the most potent Celtic sacred trees: elder, ash, ivy, oak, and, if Sadie could read, willow. In her hands she holds the berries, leaves, and flowers with the elder tree, ready to begin powerful magic with them. Beside her is a symbol of the triple goddess, a Triskel, is that how you say that? Triskel, representing the maiden, mother, and wise woman. Now, it's funny to me that I thought it read olive, and then your witch's kitchen was olive, and I was really proud of my intuition. And I guess in a way, like, it does count, but it doesn't, because I was reading the wrong word. However, it's my story. I'll tell it the way I want. Okay, here's your message. I'm just going to step out of the way now and just give you the message. When the magic card appears, it's time to stand in your power like a priestess. This card is a reminder that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience, and you can absolutely have a powerful effect on how your life works. The key words for this card are confidence, skill, and creation. The priestess is a powerful manifester, able to create things she needs in her life using both her heart and mind and the divine power of the universe. Now, I absolutely love that you did get the King of Spades with cause and effect, because you yourself are going to be able to cause and affect things to happen in your world when you start to stand in your power like a priestess. The priestess of magic has 1 foot in the physical world and 1 foot in the spiritual world. Okay, 1 foot in each world, acting as a bridge between heaven and earth. So it's kind of like the magician card in the tarot. So the elderflower is here for you. You can make a potion, an elderflower potion. The fruit and flowers of the elder tree are well known for their regenerative properties. Bring a little magic into your life by making a potion that uses the beautiful essence of the elder flowers. So this elderflower potion is actually something you can drink if you get a hold of some, or make some elderflower liquor and elderflower cordial, a little bit of lemon juice, and then you put some champagne in that. You mix it with some champagne or just sparkling water, and then you drink that and really stand in your power as a priestess of magic. That thing called your intuition, it's your soul, and you can trust it. You can trust it. Now, the olive comes in. The olive comes in with a message of peace. A message of peace. Quarrels, squabbles, feuds, and stress, emotional irritations cause distress. Olive branch welcomes release. Go forth now in health and peace. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be, there, it is done. So, you have now maybe that King of Spades, right? That ambitious, authoritative, dark-haired man. Maybe you need to make peace with him in your life. Extend a symbolic olive branch in goodwill towards an enemy. So as you do that, Olive says, I will ensure the peaceful outcome you desire. Going easy on yourself at this time releases your expectations of others and your control of outcomes. As a symbol of peace, my companions, tranquility, harmony, accompany me into your kitchen to remind you that this is a time to be still, to listen to the wisdom of the witch within. That thing called your intuition, it's your soul, and you can trust it. Be still and listen to the wisdom of the witch within. So you can hang an olive branch above your threshold to ensure your home is a sanctuary for you and guests alike. Olive has been honored for centuries for health benefits. It boosts the immune system, fights against disease. It will even revive dry and lifeless hair back to a glossy mane. So I could totally put some olive oil in my hair. Good Lord. Use me as a base when blending oils for your magic potions or for anointing in ritual and ceremony, and you yourself shall be blessed with a peace your soul craves at this time. So yeah, you really need to get into peace. And I guess that's why you got the grace card of comfort. And it says, lean back into the arms of grace. Let go and let God. So that's like the Florence Scovel Shinn, my friend Flossie. I love it when she says, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. So I let go and let God. I give it over to God and I feel peace. I release this to spirit. I release this to the universe. And I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to be comforted. You got the comfort card. So anyways, one more thing about olive though, like you can actually use olive oil and lemon juice, like 2 cups of olive oil with 1 cup of lemon juice, and you can use that to polish wood. You could use a little bit of salt, coarse salt, and olive oil to scrub cast iron pans and kettles. And you could even use that same mixture to get off paint and ink and stubborn materials off your hands. Sacred to Athena, she gifted the people of Athens an olive tree. It was said that this tree grew in the Acropolis until the Persians burned it down. Olive oil was used in Greek temple lamps and to anoint priests and kings. The island of Crete is home to an olive tree, a living monument believed to be between 3,000 and 5,000 years old. So that's why people who have olive oil in their diet seem to have longevity on their side. There's a lot of magic and energy with the olive and the willow, who sometimes pretends to be olive. Okay, moving on. Sadie, forgive yourself. It's the soul flower of Iris. Inspiration. So you're getting a little bit of everything here. But I love this iris color. It's got the purples and the whites and the yellow, and it has a message of inspiration. And she says, Iris encourages you to cultivate the beauty within so you can better create and express it in the world around you. Her deeply restorative energy helps revitalize your connection to divine guidance, helping you to discover your true passions and allowing inspiration and creativity to flow. So I love that, Magic was saying about, manifesting what we want, being the priestess, being a powerful creator. Your flower whisper was saying that thing called intuition. It's your soul. You can trust it. The olive and was saying your soul wants peace. Your grace card is saying give it to God, right? So it's like go within. Everything that you want, whether it be intuition, magic, peace, God, creativity, inspiration, divine guidance, restorative energy, you go to the same place within you to find it all. Everything you're looking for is within. The magic that you are looking for is within. So that's why she's like, it's time for you to stand in your power as a priestess and know this for yourself. Know that as you cultivate the beauty within, you'll be able to better create and express it in the world around you. So if you want to live a magical life, then be magic. Feel magic. Breathe magic. It's within. It's within you first. Then it manifests in the world around you. So yeah, this is a great message. And then it sort of leads you into, hey, what are your true passions? Where do you want to allow inspiration to bloom and creativity to flow? Let's see what your healing energy oracle says. You got choice. You got choice. It's beautiful magenta, burgundy wine, like probably elderberry wine color. And you got the card of choice. It says, I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. All right, so you're getting a big God message. Well, I mean, you got peace with olive, right? Going inside, leaning back into the arms of grace, let go and let God. And now it's saying to rise above fear and direct your thoughts to God. And how do you do that? Within. You go within. You choose serenity. You choose light. You choose positive energy. No matter what you're going through, you choose happiness. You choose happiness. That's your cause and effect. Your choice. Just like your cause and effect, this is kind of funny now. Just like your cause and effect says it doesn't even have to make sense, it'll still work. Then what did I do? It didn't make sense that it said willow, but I read olive, and then the next card was olive, and I thought I was cool. It didn't make sense, but it worked for me. So it's like almost saying like, you have the power to cause and effect. It doesn't even need to make sense. You could literally use your magic any way you want. You can be like, as I breathe in more light, I exhale more happiness into my reality. And then with every breath that you take, you're choosing to manifest and use your magic to create more happiness. It doesn't make sense, right? Like you're just breathing like you always do, but you cast the spell and the intention upon it, and now you're using your magic any way you fucking want to. By telling yourself, every time I breathe in light. And as I exhale, I radiate happiness. I exhale happiness, right? And then it's like you're making it manifest for you. So if you want to manifest more peace and inspiration and magic in your life, it's your choice. You can just do it any way you want to do it. Yeah, absolutely. 22. That thing called your intuition, it's your soul, and you can trust it. So use your own guidance, set your own rules. Like, I meet a lot of like young witches, and they're like, oh, somebody scolded me that I wasn't doing my spells right. And I'm like, bullshit. You can do anything the way you want to do it. There are no rules except the ones that you make. So anyways, be powerful. Stand there like the priestess of magic that you are. Choose that which you want. Choose positive energy and happiness and serenity and light. Rise above all fears and direct your thoughts to God. Let go and let God. I cast this fear on the Christ within, and I go free. Okay? You're better than fear. So just stick close to God and Source and that inner witch. Now, to wrap up your reading is the Ondarian Effervescent Green. So it literally looks like a teal crystal that was made with champagne. It's got all these little bubbles in it. The Ondarian Effervescent Green. Very beautiful. And here is your activation. Dear one, hold me, sleep with me, gaze at me, and I will spiritualize your blood. Allow my energy to activate the crystalline structure within your spiritual DNA. The energy will cleanse your entire lineage and bloodlines of all wrongdoings, allowing ultimate forgiveness and freedom to be restored within your human vehicle. May you be washed clean and regain your childlike innocence once again. I'm like, all right, that don't make no sense for anything we were talking about, but hopefully it made sense to you moving forward. Yeah, forgive your lineage. I'm like done with that pile. Okay, moving on. You guys, this is the power of managing your own dream. If you're done with something, move on. Okay, here we go. Let me lay out some more cards for us. Ooh, these ones feel good. They all feel good. This is the last pile, number 48. Number 48. 4 plus 8 is 12. It's got a gray border. I don't know. Let's just go with it. Your hypnotic language is you can discover ... It's the 6 of clubs. All right, good. No more fucking spades. We got clubs. Clubs are all about money and finances. The 6 of clubs is business success, getting financial help. Good news, right? Business success, maybe getting a little financial help, having some more money roll in. Like, I was like kind of laughing, I was like, did I tell you about the turtle shell pouch? Okay, I told you about the turkey spur necklace. Okay, so that same guy, he showed me his turtle shell pouch. And I was like, oh my God, dude, like, I love that so much. And my compliment, he took as an order. That was me putting in my order for one. He's like, well, I can make you one, and then I'll meet you in a month. And I was like, all right, like, how much is that? Like, oh, wow. Okay, cool. I just ordered a turtle shell pouch, $50, right? But that's okay. Like, I want to support this guy for whatever reason. I love him. And, who doesn't, what girl doesn't need a turtle shell pouch? If it was harvested, like he just finds dead turtles or something. I don't know. I have no idea where he got the shell. So hopefully I won't have to ask for forgiveness for me and my lineage. But anyways, my point is, I'm like, all right. I was like, $50. That's like my weekly allowance, really. And I was like, okay, well, that might set me back just a little bit. Like, where will I find the gas? Like, right. So I had to sort of like understand that the universe will take care of me. And then I get a donation, extra donation this week. Like, I wasn't anticipating that. My ex-husband let me put 20 in the gas. He gave me 20 to put in the gas. Like, what I'm trying to say is, I went ahead and committed to buying something extra, even though like the logical me was like, budget. How are you gonna do that? But I just gave it over to God, like, and I was like, well, the universe will take care of me, or I'll just make it happen, and then it's like all working out. Look, I got that very generous Venmo plus the ex-husband, $50. There's the 50. So I hope the guy remembers about my turtle pouch. If not, I'll be up $50. But yeah, it's just so interesting that like when you start to allow money in, money out, money in, money out, it kind of sometimes is almost exactly the same amount. And so I guess like our practice is to allow more in, but then like we can't be super stingy. So maybe someday 5G will flow in, and then I will, like I said, if $5,000 finds me under grace somehow, I am going to have to take that as a sign to further my education within the realms of hypnosis. Okay, so back to your hypnotic word. You can discover ... Let's see if I can get this picked up. Another sentence fragment that redirects the mind toward possibilities. You can discover. Again, it's not a prediction. It's simply stating what's possible in the subject's situation. So here's how we could use it. You can discover ways of applying this stuff in your own hypnotic work. And not only that, you can discover how much you've already learned in the days and weeks ahead. So it's a suggestion. It's giving your mind permission to entertain the possibilities. Okay? You can discover a lot of messages in these oracle cards for yourself. You can discover what you really want in the days and weeks ahead. You can discover how much you already know. All right, so your flower whisper says, meditation doesn't mean you have to sit still. It can be a quiet walk in a garden. So meditation doesn't mean you have to sit still. It can be a quiet walk in a garden. You can discover many ways to meditate. Ooh, I'm liking 48. Maybe this whole reading is just going to be super chill. Super duper chill. Let's see who your priestess is. I wonder who it is. That's a psychic, that is a psychic practice game that you can play with yourself. The I wonder game. I wonder who it is. And then you give yourself a minute to let your intuition and psychic imagination try to tell you. I wonder who your priestess of magic is. Something kind, maybe? Yeah, you got love. You got the priestess of love. That's pretty kind. This is that picture where the guy and gal are under that freaking rose bush that looks like a tree. It's humongous. And they're high-fiving, a hand fast or hand whatever. And there's there's dragonflies, and there's a sword, and the word love. It's cool. It's they're in this archway. They're in almost like a glass, is it cloche or vlotch, or like a glass aquarium? That's what it reminds me of, the shape, or a gateway or an archway. Hand fasting, is that what it's called? Anyways, yeah, something kind. You got the priestess of love. You can discover many ways of love in your life. In the next few days this weekend, you can discover lots of ways to send love, to feel love, to be love. Now the love card here in Priestess Moon's Enchanted Spell Oracle is all about relationships, connections, and possibilities. So yeah, your hypnotic word was all about possibility, suggesting possibilities. Even your meditation thing is saying, hey, you don't have to sit still. It could be a quiet walk in a garden. Let's be open, number 48, to all the possibilities of love in your life. So yeah, love perfume. Rose perfume symbolizes universal love. I remember when we had rose as the herb of the week, and I literally kept saying, our herb of the week is love. And I did, a couple times I didn't even catch it because LOVE ROSE. It's love and rose can almost be used in it interchangeably. Oh, look at that love bush. I rose you. All right, maybe not quite. But yeah, in my mind, love and rose and love are almost the same frequency. And I confuse those words all the time. So if you could afford some rose essential oil, it would help relieve depression and create feelings of love and confidence. So I even go placebo on this for myself, and anything scented rose, and it doesn't matter if it's real or not real, I'll pretty much buy it because I love rose. It's up there with myrrh and sandalwood. Yeah, I love rose so much. Rose is associated with the heart chakra, and the flower has an overabundance of medicinal properties that soothe and heal. This couple under the tree is hand fasting. They're being hand fasted under a red rose tree. So yeah, it is an image of sweet commitment and love. There's 2 dragonflies symbolizing the change from youthful desire to a deeper, more mature emotional connection. So you can discover the possibilities in your personal relationships of taking your relationships to the next level. That could be intimate, that could be friendship, all kinds of love. But let's be open to the possibilities of taking those connections from youthful connections to maybe more deeper, more mature emotional connections. And the Arcturians are kind of chiming in here saying, and how do we do this? We start to talk about how we feel more with everybody. Like, don't just bullshit about the weather unless you're talking about how the weather makes you feel. This weather makes me feel so happy. Oh, I can't believe how joyful the sun is making me feel when it shines on my face. Everybody runs from you. No, you can talk like this. Talk about your feelings. Be honest, be open. That's going to be what deepens your connections with others. So really sweet. The appearance of the love card suggests an important new relationship is about to change your life for the better. It could be a romantic relationship, could be business, could be a blossoming of a friendship. Keep your heart open. Keep your heart open to new possibilities. New possibilities. Now, your witch's kitchen is prediction. Your witch's kitchen is seaweed. Yeah. So we've got some seaweed going on here now. I love this picture. We've got all this seaweed on the table. We've got natural seaweed shampoo. I think that's a seaweed soap. All kinds of seaweed hanging from the rafters, just everywhere. It's so funny. So seaweed is here with a prediction. So you've got possibilities, you've got open-mindedness, and now you have prediction with seaweed, who says, oceans abound with the magic of sea. Chaos of storms rules your destiny. I'll forecast the weather, set sail, begin. Your future awaits the sea witch within. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be. There, it is done. All right, so shout out to my listeners who tune in every week to be a greedy little bugger like me and get messages from every single pile. Are you noticing the witch within? Are you noticing how a theme has been within, within, within? The witch within. Here she is again, the sea witch within. But the key word is within, and us connecting to our inner higher selves by going within and listening to the guidance. A little weather magic is on the cards when you hang me outside your door, for I can predict what is to come. I've never actually worked with seaweed like this. This is interesting. Your desire to know the future has been bubbling under the surface as your prophetic potential lies dormant, waiting to be discovered. So you've got possibilities, you've got openness, now you've got prediction and prophetic abilities. Your natural augury abilities will soon rise. A-U-G-U-R-Y. A-U-G-U-R-Y. You guys, is this a new word? Hold on. I interrupt my podcast to type into my Safari A-U-G Ury. Augury. It says divination from auspices or omens.
Augury.
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 Augury. So divination from auspices, the art or ability of auguring, of divination, a sign of something coming, an omen, the art or practice of foretelling events by signs or omens. Oh my gosh, if you pick the last pile, you're going to be able to predict the future. Perhaps in your own life, perhaps in other lives. How do you do that? By recognizing possibilities, by recognizing the likelihood of energy, by seeing where the energy is headed, by seeing the signs, by maybe going into a meditative state and letting that inner sea witch guide you and let you know what's up. Your natural auguring abilities will soon rise, and scrying into a pool of water will become your favorite witchy pastime. As you unite with the undines, the elemental spirits of water, focus on moon lore and the ebb and flow of tides to raise winds, cause storms, and work with the chaotic forces of nature, connecting to the sea witch within. Use not magic, K-N-O-T. Use not magic. Using not magic will enable you to control and generate the winds that will blow you right on course. So dive in deeply to retrieve the lost treasure that is your birthright. I will support you as you sail towards the horizon and your destiny. So what's really interesting is, I'm reading these books by Lynn V. Andrews, and the Native American women, the elders are teaching Lynn that her emotions will control the wind, right? Our emotions control the weather. And you can even go a little farther than that and use some knot magic and dive into water scrying and what did it say that sounded so fun? Oh yeah, your natural auguring abilities will soon rise, and scrying into a pool of water will become your favorite witchy pastime. So focusing on moon lore, the ebb and flow of the tides, and working with the forces of nature, connecting to the sea witch within. Ooh, so this is something for you to check out if you feel the call. Absolutely. Working with kelp. Maybe eat, I think we should all eat some for that iodine. It's just so good for us. We could make some pesto with the seaweed, or put it on our pizza. Make some pesto with seaweed, basil, cloves of garlic, hemp seeds. Yeah, that would be a way to sneak some in. A little lemon juice, a little olive oil, a little Parmesan. Scottish kelpies are covered in seaweed. Here's a little history. And when they turn into humans, they still have seaweed in their hair. Seaweed has been used medicinally by Chinese royalty since forever, and it's a staple diet of the people of Iceland. Hawaiians grew kelp garden, the ancients, with over 70 species for medicinal and ceremonial purposes. So there is a lot of other 70 species. There's a lot more to seaweed than I know about. I just know kelp, and then the medical medium was like, get some dulse, get some fucking dulse. So I got some of that, and that's about all I know. So anyways, interesting. If you can control the wind and your lover's out on the sea, you could blow him into land. You could control the elements and have love blow your way. Who knows? All right. Ooh, get this though. I just flipped over your grace card, the one that's right beside love, and you got the partnership card. So yeah, you can discover lots of ways to feel love, connection, partnership. She's resting her head on her knight's shining armor, or his face. Oh, they're so sweet. They both have their eyes closed. And on the back of this grace card of partnership, it says, God speaks to us through people. We are ambassadors of grace for one another. So be open to all the possibilities where you can spread love, where you can be an ambassador of grace for another human. Allow God to speak through you. And notice when other people are being the ambassador of grace in your life. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of appreciation and gratitude with this card as well. Your soul flower is hawthorn with a message of courage. And this is heart medicine. So there's a lot of love and heart and rose and grace and partnership and seaweed. Hawthorn medicine for the heart is for the heart on all levels. And it can help you find courage to face and overcome your fears and facilitate self-love and self-acceptance. And maybe overcome your fears that's holding you back from partnerships and from friendships and from deepening. It's like you got a lot of surface level friendships and relationships, but if there's some fear, what do you need to overcome to talk about your feelings, to going deeper with somebody? What are you afraid of? Ultimately losing them, probably. You got to get over that. You've got to get over that, because trust me, you want to start living your life to the fullest now. You can discover lots of ways to open up your heart and facilitate self-love and self-acceptance. Hawthorn supports a strong and protected, open-hearted state, allowing you to fully give and fully receive love. So you can truly come into your own divine strength and power. So you want to start living fully. You want to start loving openly. You want to start receiving wholeheartedly. Because when you get to the end, you don't want to look back and be like, oh, dang, I really could have loved better. I really could have, opened my heart better. I really could have connected better, right? You want to start doing that now. You want to start being an ambassador of grace for other people in your life now. So anyways, let's see what your next card is. Of course, this should not surprise you. It's Shining Light. So as we're talking about being an ambassador of grace for one another, you get the Healing Energy Oracle of Shining Light, and it says, my desire to improve myself transforms fear into strength. My desire to improve myself transforms fear into strength. So this goes really hand in hand with Hawthorn. That's giving you the courage to face your fears, overcome your fears, and transmute them into love and self-acceptance. You really cannot run from fear. Really, don't. Just don't. I raise my thoughts above doubt and find faith in the goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself as a soul, and I discover the light that dwells within me. I can discover the light that dwells within me. You can discover the light that dwells within you. How do you do that? You get into a meditative state, right? That was your flower whisper. You don't have to be meditating, sitting still. You can be quietly walking in the garden, right? You can be in lots of different situations to find the light that dwells in with you. And I really feel that once you start looking like your grace card said, like you are an ambassador of grace for one another, you're like, I am an ambassador of grace for the people in my life, which means I need to love fully. I need to allow myself to fully give to them And when they give to me, when it's their turn to be the ambassador of grace to me, I want to fully receive that gift, because that's God speaking to us through people. So let the love come in and give the love out 100%. See if you can do that. See if you can change the winds, like Seaweed was talking about. If you can change the winds of your love life, and that's all kinds of love. Absolutely. All right, last card. Your Ondarian crystal is the Ondarian Tangerine. And it's a great peachy color, absolutely. The Ondarian Tangerine, it matches perfectly your Grace card. Really beautiful coloring. Okay, you ready? I hold the solar energy of the great central sun. My light purifies and transmutes all that you are willing to release. I bring the solar light into your cellular DNA to activate your latent DNA strands and upgrade your consciousness via the pituitary and pineal glands. Simply place me on your third eye for a few minutes for the upgrades and activations to complete. I bring you great vitality, empowerment, focus, clarity, and power. You are one with everything. During times of feeling disconnected, please hold me and I will help you to remember the oneness that pervades this cosmos. All right, there you go. We're all one, you guys. We're all in this together. That's why we need to come together. That's why we need to love everyone. That's why we need to stop dividing. That's why we have to start seeing everyone as an ambassador of grace. And we need to love, love, love. We need to rose everybody. Rose everybody, you guys. Open up your hearts. That's the greatest prediction we could ever make for humanity, that everyone discovers the light inside of them and transforms their fears into strength and rises above doubt and finds faith in the goodness of the universe. So do your part. Look for oneness, feel oneness. Let that be the story on your lips. Thank you very much for hanging out. I got to take pictures of these cards, and then remember how I swiped that second pile away so quickly? I never freaking took the pictures. Now I have to reset that up and take it for my Instagrammers. Thanks for connecting with me over there. Thanks for connecting with me on the Herbal Marie Patreon page. I really appreciate you. Be sure to download the affirmations. Be sure to use them. And be sure to come back next week when, here's a little prediction, when our herb of the week is, do you want to know? If you don't, push stop now, because I'm going to tell you what our herb of the week is next week. It is sage. And we're going to manifest more sincerity. So we manifested more serenity this week. Now that we're peaceful, now we're going to manifest more sincerity. Okay, that should be good. All right, love you guys. See you next week.